Just a reminder, when you should see the little red recording dot up in the corner of your screen. If a percent chance on one of these calls you don't see that, speak up, send a chat, get us on the ball and back on the right track and get that recording started. I apologize that I missed that yesterday for Bill Predebon's recording. It was valuable and I missed that. Today we've got a wonderful trainer, none other than Michael Huggins. Here is a guy that is just an example for everybody. One of the thoughts at the beginning of the top of the hour, as you know, I start about 10 minutes too with some uplifting music, has a positive message to it usually, and I put in some either positive affirmations or at least some positive thoughts. And one of those was, success isn't a result of spontaneous combustion. You must set yourself on fire. And we mean that, of course, in a good way. And, you know, the reason I put that up is it reminds me of Michael Huggins every time I hear that. Here is a guy that started out at Jiffy Lube, at Sears Automotive Center, a ton of student debt, didn't have a car, is living in his girlfriend's mother's unfinished basement. Here was a guy that wasn't waiting for spontaneous combustion. He found Renatus, he saw it, he pursued it, he set himself on fire, and now look at him. He is the last year's highest money maker for Renatus. Also, the song that Hugh Zaretsky introduced us to a few months ago, Vacation. I had a boss one time, and about the best thing I can say about this guy was that he did say something that stuck with me. If you make your vocation your avocation, you'll never work another day in your life. And again, Michael Huggins just embodies that. And he is not only now on vacation about every day, he is out advocating that we improve our lives, we improve ourselves, we improve our minds, and our situation in life just gets better and better. On the Money Matrix video, it talked about the USB invented by A.J. Bott, who didn't care who got the credit for it. They had the patent, but they made it available to everybody. He brought about major change, and again, Michael Huggins brings about major change, and we're going to hear about it here this morning. Michael, good morning. What changes have you got for us? Michael, I know you're out there. We've been texting a little bit this morning.
Hear me? Check, 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 check.
I can hear that, Michael.
Okay, perfect.
It's a little bit muted, not very loud.
Is this better?
That sounds a lot better.
A lot better.
Lot better.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. Wealth Wednesday, and we got over 100 people, so we can go ahead and get started right away. One thing I want to recap with real quick for some of you yesterday, or on Monday, you guys were on the webinar here, and I wanted to give you guys an update on our contest. It's working, baby. It's working. So, we're calling this the Extra Mile Sales Contest. Extra mile. Let's go the extra mile. There is no traffic on that extra mile. So what I wanted to get you guys excited about was the ultimate trip. What we're working on. I told you guys I expect at least 20 of you to come with me. And what you win if you make $100,000 between October 1st and December 31st. It's going to be a 10-day trip, so take a screenshot of this. It's a 10-day trip in June, and we're going to the Le Mans race in France. Guys, it's going to be so freaking cool. And then on our way from that 24-hour race to the next 24-hour race in Germany, we're going to hang out in Switzerland for a while. Do some mountaineering, do some yodeling. I don't know what we're going to do in Switzerland. It's going to be awesome. And this includes airfare, accommodations, race tickets, plus 2 other things we're doing in Switzerland. This is going to be like you basically just get on a plane and you're taken care of until we get back to the U.S. It's going to be incredible. So the question is, how many of you are going to win this? Take a screenshot, put up on your dream board, your vision board, make it your screensaver. All those combined. Let's start to make sure we're influencing our mind, remind ourselves what we're working towards, why we're getting up early, why we're staying up late. It's going to be an important thing. Then the next tier down is going to be the John Maxwell training. Now, John Maxwell has a program that's a lifetime membership on coaching and leadership. And this has been a huge impact for me, for lots of people on my team that have gone. Dr. G, he's the one that recommended it to me 3 years ago. He took it 4 years ago, and if you guys go and look at what he's producing, he's $1 million producer. He's leading a team of hundreds and hundreds of people, and he's doing it right. He's got a formula, and we learned it here, John Maxwell Training Camp. So this will be something that you'll go do a 3 or 4 day excursion in Florida, and then you're also going to have a lifetime membership with a group of red apples. You know, we talked about red apples all the time, right? How these people are ready to learn. They want to change their life. They're entrepreneur oriented. And so by being in a room full of people like that, do you think you're going to find some sales? Absolutely. Plus, you'll be better as a speaker, trainer, coach, all these things. So that's going to be a wonderful investment, great lifestyle experience, being able to go and potentially you get to meet John. I got to meet him when I was there. It was awesome. Got a selfie with him. Okay, now down from that is going to be a 5-day trip. If you meet in 75,000 between October 1st and December 31st, it's a 5-day trip to Hawaii. And that includes airfare and accommodations too. We're going to be doing most likely is going to be, we're renting out a mansion. And we're going to have a couple instructors there and top income earners. We're going to do a mastermind. We're going to do 5 days all over the island, all sorts of fun stuff. And again, that will help enhance your real estate business. It'll enhance your marketing business. One other thing I want to point out with the 100K prize is we're also going to have a video crew, a film crew, following us for those 10 days. So we have all this content that we can repurpose throughout the next year and keep marketing, keep building, keep working on our branding. So that's a huge value add bonus there too. And if you produce and earn and collect between 35,000 and 50,000 in our contest, you get an iPad Pro or a Surface Pro. These things are a game changer for me, especially when a customer wants to know what, I'm sitting in a less formal environment, and I can just hand them my iPad with my PowerPoint on it and have them swipe through, and while they're swiping, I'm talking. And I see them sitting on a slide for a while, I can talk more about that, and as soon as they swipe, I'm on to the next. These tools really, really help me close business. Christian Sadler uses his Surface every single day. I see him being super productive on it, and it's something that will help you long into the future. Now, if you make between 20 and 35,000, then you will receive your paid-for Nationals ticket. Right as soon as they come on sale, we will buy you a front seat ticket. This is your earnings between these two brackets, 20 to 35. Then you'll get to be involved in the Nationals. It is going to be awesome. Now, if you make between 10 and 20,000, you will win a set of steak knives. For you vegetarians out there, animal activists, and you want part of PETA, these aren't steak knives, these are eggplant knives. Okay? So what I'm saying is we got to work harder. Now, if you make between 1 and 10K, you will get many high fives at Nationals. So what do you want? Take your screenshots, put them up on the board. Right? What are we after? What are you here to do? This is going to be a ton of fun, guys. So I hope you also get the point that if you make between 1 and 10,000, it's like that's normal. Like that's your base. That you need to do that, pay your bills, kind of thing. The other stuff we're going to start to reward you for. Okay, so don't do the bare minimums here unless you want to be a bare minimum kind of person, which is a dangerous way to live. Okay, now, any questions about that, guys, before I move on to the next, on to the next? Preguntas. Okay. Next. I'm gonna draw something for you here. Maybe I'll draw something. Okay, remember, guys, to also have a talk with your 5-star and let them know what you're working towards. Tell them you want some accountability and some support and some extra effort and guidance while you're working towards this goal. So communicate with your 5-star this week about what you're going after. Okay, let me switch one thing here so I can share my screen. Sound good. We're making the switch. So who's coming with me to France? You guys got to get your passport. You realize that? Get your passport. What's going on here? Okay, the Mead team, they're going to be there. Charlone's there. Joe's already there. That's what I'm talking about. And some of you already speak French. It's going to be even more fun.
On the 5 stars. Can you clarify on the 5 stars? Or on
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to have to share my screen a different way because it's not being nice. That's all right. We'll do it this way. Okay, switching. Remember to talk to your 5-star guys, because if you are not on my team, if I'm not getting overrides, I don't have the money to pay for your price. So this is where you got to communicate with your 5-star or their 5-star or their 5-star. And let's get some momentum going. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. Okay, next. What we're going to do here is share. I'm going to share iPad. That's what I want to share. Okay. Instead of that, I'm going to share this. Okay, perfect. All right, so I want to talk about, what we're going to talk about today is called the ultimate formula. The ultimate formula. And starts out with the 3-foot rule. Now, so you guys know, the 3-foot rule is the rule where you talk to anyone within 3 feet of you. Okay? Anyone within 3 feet of you, you talk to them. Now, if you don't know how to start these conversations, that's fine. There's a simple formula for that. I'll set it off to the side here. So it's called the 3 C's. 3 C's of contacting. And they are compliment, create curiosity and get a commitment. Get a commitment. So you're talking to someone. This happened the other day. We were in a grocery store and someone came up to Vanessa. Just out of the blue, we were in the kombucha aisle, and this lady just came up and said, "Oh, you have some pretty hair." And then I looked over at Vanessa and winked at her, and I was like, "You know what's about to happen? We're about to get 3." It was awesome. The lady did a great job. She did the 3 steps. She gave a compliment, and she created some curiosity. She asked us if we were new to the area, and if we liked where we're living. And then she asked us what we do in our spare time. And then she said that she loves being a stay-at-home mom because she has a home-based business where she only has to work a couple hours a week. And so she's working on creating the curiosity for us. And then getting a commitment. Let me get your phone number. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. I'd love to talk to you about what you have, and I'll share with you what we're doing. We got a commitment. So 3-foot rule, 3 C's. Compliment, create curiosity, and get a commitment. Now the next part of the ultimate formula is going to be plus opener. Is a question that it's like a qualifier. This is the opener is like the direction of the conversation. So my favorite opener is my favorite one I use reliably is, have you ever considered getting involved in real estate? Now the key to that question is, how many people have considered? So many people, right? Even if it's for 5 seconds, it counts as a consideration. So now I'm asking these people, and then they're going to go, oh, maybe I have, I haven't, I don't know, maybe. Some people will be like, oh, absolutely, I can't wait. Some people say I'm already in it, right? So you got to ask that question, get some clarity. So openers could also be something that is more business-based, like do you keep your options open? Do you keep your options open when it comes to multiple streams of income? And then there's one other one that's really reliable, and it starts out with, did you know? Did you know that you can pay your kids instead of paying taxes? Or did you know you can pay off your house in a third of the time using velocity banking? Did you know? Did you know your retirement account can invest in real estate? So we got the opener, 3-foot rule, opener, and then we have the ABC. Now remember, the ABC stands for audio business card. So here's the formula for that. There's a simple to remember formula that helps you sound powerful and not lame. You don't want to sound lame and boring and typical. Ew, typical. Now, let's stay away from that. So the ABC formula is I plus verb plus target market. Right, who are you saying this to? Plus benefit plus, and then the phrase you got to say, so they can, plus, and then another benefit. Remember, we're multi-dimensional benefit stacking. That's what we do around here. Multi-dimensional benefit stack. So let's stack these benefits. I plus action verb plus target market plus benefit plus so they can plus benefit plus a question. Gotta tie it with a question. The question I like is, that wouldn't interest you, would it? So let me give you an example of my ABC. This is what you say when someone says, what do you do? Okay. Someone says, what do you do? This is how you answer. Because if you just say real estate, you're like, well, what does that mean? Like an agent? Or like, oops. What do you do? You're property manager? I mean, if you are, then yeah. But if you're not and you hire them, it's different. What do you do? So here's what I recommend. Or this isn't a recommendation. This is just my own. It's just my own. But I want to show you how you can build one. So when someone says, what do? You put a big smile on your face, like, oh, I'm so glad you asked. I equip overworked and underpaid employees with real estate investing in business income so they can. So you see how I got my I and my verb is equip. You know, you might be help, support, train, consult, inspire, motivate. You got all these kinds of verbs. Overworked and underpaid employees. So that's my target market. Now, again, I recommend you make a target market that you can identify with, either people you've worked with a lot in the past or what you used to be, something like that, who you want to work with. Just, you know, be clear about your market. It's going to be a lot easier that way. And then the benefit is with real estate investing and business income. That's the first benefit. So they can take back their existence so they don't die like a punk. That wouldn't interest you, would it? That wouldn't interest you, would it? Do you see how when if you say something like that, then when people are just in that mode of a pattern, right? What do you do? Where are you from? What do you do? Where are you from? And then you say, oh, well, what do I do? Well, I equip overworked, underpaid employees with real estate investing and business income so they can take back their existence and not die like a punk. That wouldn't interest you, would it? You're going to get the attention. You're going to get the, you're going to interrupt the pattern. Okay, don't say something typical and boring. No one wants that. No one wants to listen. And it's something that if you interrupt the pattern, you'll actually get attention. But most people are stuck in a pattern. So if you don't interrupt the pattern, it's just going to be on to the next. So pattern interrupt. Be intentional about a pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt. Oh, there's probably like an interrupt, maybe. Pattern interrupt. Okay, next part of the ultimate formula. Next. Plus. Okay, plus our ABC, then we have our invite. Okay, this is the ultimate formula. So now we've gone from the have you ever considered to well, what do you do to now the invite. So the invite's got to have a simple, easy to follow conversation format. Okay, so it's going to be And again, you're going to modify it to your personality and to your event, to your area of the country, because, you know, people speak differently. But basically, this is what I say. I say, well, that wouldn't interest you, would it? And then they say, well, absolutely. You say, okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Here's what I have. Here's what's going on. Here's what's up. Here's what's up. I am going to an investor briefing where we learn how to find all the money we need, and all the money we need to invest in real estate and get out of debt using velocity. So you don't have, if you want to explain it, you know, great. If you don't want to, then you can just leave the curiosity there. Velocity banking. It's by invitation only. It's by invitation only, and not open to the public. It's by invitation only, not open to the public. Period. If you'd like, you're going to put it back on them. I'm going to put it in their court. If you like, I can put you on the guest list, comma, would you like to be my guest? And then they're going to say, well, when is it? And then you're going to say your date and your time. So for me, I'm going to say, well, it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then without taking a breath, without pausing, it's Wednesday at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Is there anything you're doing Wednesday at 7 that you can't get out of? Wednesday at 7 that you can't get out of? But if you say, are you free Wednesday, or you say, are you doing anything Wednesday, then you're not going to get the kind of answer you want, because everyone's doing something until they're invited. Right there, they may just be planning on sitting there and watching TV. So of course they're doing something. So don't say, are you doing anything? Ask them, is there anything you're doing at 7 that you can't get out of? And then they're gonna sit there and think and go, actually, no, there's nothing I can't get out of. Tell me more about what you got going on Wednesday. And then you can go into telling a story, right? Then you can go into edifying a business partner. You can go into edify time, tell a story. And then remember, under telling the story, it can be either story of you, of your 5-star, of someone in your office, another IMA story. You could tell Bob Snyder's story. You can tell the company story. Whatever you need to do, or whatever you pick, you must tell a story. You gotta tell a story. I'm gonna put that in caps. Tell a story. Because we already know facts tell, stories sell. So what kind of story? It could be, remember in your stories, it only has to be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute. These don't have to be long dissertations. But it has to be something that's going to paint a picture in your customer's head. Paint a picture in their perception so that then they go, oh, I do want to get up and get dressed and go to that thing. Stories are powerful. Got to use them. Learn them, use them. Can you put a B in public so I can take a screenshot? Yes. Maybe. Uh-oh. I don't know about that.
Good thing I didn't miss the L.
It's a good thing I didn't miss the L, right? Okay, let's see if I can wiggle this B in here. Does that count? Sorry, this program won't let me make the edit the way I want to. Oh man. Okay. We love learning. That's awesome. Thanks for pointing that out, Ravi. I'm coachable. If you guys see any other typos, let me know. Cool. It's like having an old typewriter. Natalie, once I check out of the text box, it's gone. I get to go back into it. Every time I click, it just makes a new one. One of those things. It's all good. The system just kicked me out. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. But we lost my amazing text. Dang it. Hopefully you guys got the screenshot of that. Dang it. That's all right. That's all right. Robbie, if you just want to post that screenshot into the Facebook group or something. Steven's got it too. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, there we go there. Yep. Okay. Now, Anna got it too. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So the last part. So we have our ultimate equation formula. So it's 3 foot plus opener plus ABC plus invite and then the last part of it, which for some reason people need to be reminded of, that's okay, I'll remind you again. The fortune is in the follow-up. So we got the follow-up portion of our script here, follow-up portion of the equation. So we talked about the 3 foot, how to do that, about the opener, how to do that, the ABC, how to do that, the invite, and the power question behind that. Now the follow-up. The follow-up, so after the event, don't pop up out of your seat. Don't be in a rush to leave the room. stay with your person and start with this question. So, what did you like best about what you saw or heard? So if you pay attention to your customer's language, they'll tell you if they're more of the audio type, where they want to talk about what they heard, or they're more of the visual type about what they saw. Like they'll say things like, yeah, I could see myself getting started, or I could see this working for me. Whereas if they're a audible type person, they're going to say, yeah, I like what I heard. I hear the program that's going on. It's making sense what I'm hearing. Things like that. So, this person's visual, this person's audio, then make sure your language is switched all the way through so that you can be congruent with their type of learning style. Okay. Ron, I don't know how to turn the cameras off. I don't know what's going on. I had the power, and the power went away. So very interesting. That's all right. Let's move on. So that's the first part. What did you like best about what you saw? What did you like best about what you heard? Then it's great. Sounds like we should get you started on that. Sounds like we should get you started. Wow, sounds like we should get you started on that. And they're only going to say a handful of things here. Sounds like we should get you started on that. They're going to say either they liked education, they're going to say they liked velocity banking, they're going to say they liked the community, they're going to say they liked the referrals, I'm going to say earnings plan, like the earnings plan. And maybe, and that's kind of it. That's usually what I hear. I really liked education, I liked velocity banking, I liked the community, I liked the earnings plan. I liked, they'll say things like the teamwork, or I liked how you guys all know each other. That's all going back to community, right? Sweet teamwork, guys. And so when they say whatever that is that they like, then you say, great, sounds like we should get you started on that. And all of those point to the next step being it's time to enter the order. But we gotta clarify a few more things. It sounds like we should get you started on that. They're gonna say yes. You say, okay, great. I got the extreme combo. Actually, I like that, but I usually don't say that at the beginning. I usually say I got the, because when you say I got the extreme plus combo, is that what you had in mind or something else? And they're going to be like, there's something else? Yes, technically there's something else. And we put the slides up there saying, hey, there's the essentials, the advanced, and the combo, but we want to focus on the combo. So, so I'm sitting in the room. I got my guest sitting right there. Sounds like we should get you started on that. And I just say, great. And I grab my laptop. Great. And that's easy. Grab the laptop. And I say, okay, great. Here's what we're going to do. There are 3 more steps. There are 3 more steps. This is what I say. Great. There are 3 more steps we're going to take care of. And everyone's different in how long these steps take. But these are your next 3 steps. Step number 1 is account setup. Let's set up your account. It takes us between 5 and 10 minutes. We could leave here tonight. You can have an account set up. We can make sure it works on your phone before you walk out of here. Just a few more minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get that taken care of. And then don't wait for them to say, okay. Don't wait for them to say, sure, I'll do that. You just do, okay? Step 2 is find funding. Now, some people need extra time. Some people need to call their 401k people or their life insurance people. It might take a minute for them to find their money. So they're going to credit nerds. That's going to take, another week or two before they have the money in their hands. Oh, wow. I don't have any. Hey, Ron, will you give me host power again? Make me host. Make me host. Ron, hire. Ron, hire. Make me host.
Will do. Just one sec.
Thank you. Thank you. So you guys can still see my screen, all right?
Yeah, I can still see it fine.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I'm sharing my screen, but I'm not the host. Learning something new every day. So we're going to find the funding, whatever that is, and just, to relieve the pressure, say, hey, everyone's different. So however long it takes you, no big deal. We are still going to take step 1 right now. Okay? Finding your funding. Step 2, we can take care of that at a later date. And then step 3 is going to be unlocking your education and then starting your 3-phase plan. Start the 3-phase plan. Okay, unlock the education, start your 3-phase plan. So now they're sitting there going, oh, cool. I don't have the money right now. Nope, that's okay. We're just gonna do step 1 tonight. Okay, so that's the ultimate formula. Now let's make sure you guys are putting in orders correctly. So grab a screenshot of this. It's really that simple. So would you like best about what you saw? God, I like that velocity banking thing. I really want to pay off my student loan. Okay, perfect. Great. Well, there's 3 more steps. Step 1 is account setup. Takes 5 to 10 minutes. Step 2 is find the funding. And step 3 is unlock your education. Do you have your funding right now? No? Okay. No worries. Let's get step 1 taken care of. We'll get your account set up. And then here's how we do our account setup. So I'm going to switch over to my browser. So stop sharing here. Open this up. Open. Okay. Share Google Chrome. Boom. You guys seeing that? Okay, cool. So, okay, and you can do this on your phone, iPad, tablet, Surface, laptop, I don't care. Just please bring an order entry device into the room with you. Okay, so here's what I'll do. If I'm talking to someone that is not my guest or my guest, it doesn't matter. We're going to all enter orders the same way. You're used to coming in here to orders. We're here to orders. But then if you go through this route and you do it this way, then the system is going to kick over an email with a password that doesn't work. That's one of the challenges. Every once in a while they'll work and we'll get some people through it. But the inconvenience of having someone's password not work when you're sitting there in the meeting, it's not worth it. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to come into My Account and you're going to go to Account Info. And that's when you're going to use your private link here. Okay. Now here's something else to remember. If you just grab this link and then paste it into the browser that you're in, like you were in your account, and then you open up a new tab, and when you paste it and go through, what it's going to do at the end is it's going to kick you out of your account and put you into their account. account. If you put them in, if that happens, then you technically can't log out until they sign, which is lame because some of them want to go home and read it, and so them wanting to go home and read it isn't lame. You getting logged out is lame. So instead, what I recommend, keeping it simple, keeping it organized, is you're going to, in your Chrome, you're going to open up here and you're going to click on New Incognito Window. If you do this, your life will get easier, order entry will get easier. And can you believe 10 people dropped off early? They're not going to get this whole how to enter the order easier thing. It's important to stay all the way to the end. So we enter the order here. Now, here's what's going to happen. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Test. Just making a test, guys. It's just a test. So when you come in here, and then you hit next, I don't have their money. That's fine. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do our cashier's check. Do 001. And then when we do this, I'm going to have to email corporate, let them know to delete this. But what's going to happen here is on this page, if you do it with your incognito tab and the external link, what will happen is step 4 will say click here to proceed. Click here to proceed. Don't we want to proceed? Yes. If you don't use the incognito tab with your external link, step 4 will say an email has been sent to your customer. That's fine. But if we want to get a signature and get the order started now, when we click here to proceed, it'll be a new password. And what I do is it's your first name, Mr. Customer. So capital for their first letter, first name, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your new password. If I'm putting an order in over the phone, I'll do it that way. Or if they're right next to me, I'll just hand them the device. Say, hey, put your password in. Make a new password right here, right now. Then once they do that, here's what will happen. Okay, so now once we've got a new password in, we submit it, then it's going to redirect. Boom. And now we are in their new business center. Bum-ba-da-dum. But now there's the pop-ups. So see how we can't log out of Vanessa's anymore? Okay, because we got the pop-ups. So okay, let's say thanks to the iOS pop-up. That's fine. Or sign up now. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want to sign up with it, so that's totally fine. And loading, loading, loading. Then what the next thing is going to be the indemnification signature, the hold harmless agreement. So when you tell your customer, hey, read this and sign it. See this right here? We got our next pop-up. Okay, read it and sign it, read it, sign it, read it, sign it. Then they got their own account set up. But if you want to be able to pop back and forth between your account and you want to show them something and then their account, you got to be able to use the incognito tab, or if you're using Safari, use the private tab. Now I can stay in mine, in the regular window, and theirs for the private window until we're done getting their account set up. Yeah. Woohoo! So glad you guys stayed the whole time. There's gold in the air. It's working, guys. It is working. Okay, we're at the top of the hour. I gotta go hop on an airplane and get to Denver in time. I'm gonna meet with a realtor at noon so I can get my next deal lined up.
Michael.
Ooh, buddy. 1909.
Michael.
About to hit 2. About to hit the 2. Stay focused, guys.
Michael.
You got this. It's working.
Michael.
Okay, have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Wealth Wednesday. Go after it. It's the only one you got. Go get it. Bye-bye.
Michael.